Hello everyone, I'm Krishna.Kishore and welcome back to my channel. So something happened with GitHub organization on 18th of May wherein their internal source code has been compromised. Isn't it really a shocking news? The so popular software organization on which the other companies store their application source code, infrastructure code, testing details, and whatnot. So let's see in detail what has really happened. So what happened was one of the internal employee of GitHub has installed the malicious extension, namely NX. Few sources say it as NX. So on Visual Studio Code, so through which the team PCP has intruded and gained access to the internal repositories of GitHub, and team PCP group has gained access to almost 3,800 internal repositories. That's really a very huge number on GitHub. Who is Team PCP? The Team PCP is a cyber criminal group wherein they mostly focus on the large-scale organizations attacking their websites and the internal source code, like what has happened with GitHub, and they have emerged in the year 2025. What is NX? NX is a development framework wherein mostly the developers used for ease of their work. So what is Team PCP is expecting from GitHub now? What is the outcome? So the Team PCP has listed this stolen data in the underground forums, expecting $5,000, and if no buyers found, they threatened to leak the data, and this $5,000 is really a huge amount. Boom. So now the question arises whether there is a impact on the customer, because this is one of the crucial things, because if something happens with the website or the organization data, etc., the most important is the customer impact. So for now the GitHub says that there's no customer impact, which is really a fortunate and good thing to hear about. But they also say that if they found something in the future, they're gonna notify the customers on notification channels and through incident path. So what did initially GitHub do when they heard about this? Because this is one of the important things, what I believe, because GitHub itself couldn't able to stop happening this malicious attack. So I never know when this is going to happen with our projects, applications, or the organization. So maybe we can learn something from what GitHub has immediately done. Okay, so one of them is they have immediately removed the malicious extension from the VS Code what the internal employee has installed, and then they have rotated secrets and passwords, which the thing are highly prioritized, and they have isolated few endpoints. So what is mean by isolating the endpoints are disconnecting some important internal endpoints what they think about. And what they have done is that they have immediately began the incident response, and they have went through all the important logs validating the secrets rotated are fine, and they have started monitoring closely the entire important infrastructure to understand any follow-up activity which they have to take care of. So these were the measures what GitHub has immediately took care of, and maybe we can learn something from this and do the similar kind of actions, unfortunately, if the similar kind of malicious attacks happens with us too. So what is the learning for us being the employers of some organizations? So although all the companies intrude and scan and stop employees installing the malicious extensions or softwares which are not authorized and not a part of their companies, but being the employees of some organization. So we should be very careful when installing softwares and extensions on some development framework. So we should be verifying whether that particular software and extension is really authorized and trustworthy. So apart from employees taking care of the good things, what companies should be doing is that one of them is the secret managers. So they should be identifying a proper place to store the secrets and the passwords, so that even if the attackers do the malicious thing, they won't be getting them. And stricter extensions. I really don't understand the so popular gigantic organization like GitHub. How can they allow the malicious extensions like NX for the employees to install? So all the companies should really stricter their extensions and the softwares being installed by the employees. And they should also be monitoring their CI/CD environment, like what is really happening in their environment during the build process, deployments, so on and so forth. So through which as well they should be able to easily identify and stop these malicious attacks happening at the very early stages. So for GitHub, this breach represents not only a security crisis but also a reputational challenge for one of the world's most software infrastructure providers. If I see something more interesting around this topic, through which if I see that we have to learn something while working with the company systems, I will definitely make an elongated video with all the details. If you're finding this session useful, please consider sharing this video across with your friends and community. I will come up with another topic. Until then, cheers, take care, bye.